Hiya!
Hello!
Welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitching, geeky. I'm Cece.
I'm Dammy.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of December, 2020, and this is episode 424. We'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all! To all returning viewers and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have, I've started opening my Advent boxes. We have a review of the new Pom Pom Quarterly. We have prize winners for the Autumnal Owl and lots of other stuff. So we probably should just go ahead and get started unless you have anything to say. All right, here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
Yes, what is on your needles, Dammy?
So last night I finished casting on, this yarn is 1-ply, so it's giving me a little bit of a fit.
Yeah.
But I finished casting on a hat for my best friend, based on the one Bella wears in Twilight Eclipse, and the pattern, as you would guess, is Twilight Eclipse Bella's Slouchy Striped Toque by Amy Thiessen, but it's no longer available through the designer's page or through the Wayback Machine. But someone who made the hat earlier was able to give me a scanned PDF of it, so let me know.
Was it like a free pattern?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah. And the designer said, I no longer have it, but if someone who made it has it, you can feel free to distribute it.
Okay, so if you want it, just email us at
GGKCSpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and that way we can just email it straight to you.
Yeah. So I'm using US 7s. Hold on, now I'm afraid I'm on the wrong needles. Oh no, I just read that wrong. I'm using US 7's 4.5mm needles and US 8's 5mm needles. And the yarn I'm using is Debbie Bliss Donegal Tweed Aran in the forest and oatmeal colors.
It's no longer listed on Debbie Bliss's website, but when I did a Google search, some of it popped up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look at the specific colors, but it looks like it might not be being made anymore.
Cool.
That happens. Yarn gets discontinued. I love this yarn, though. I love the Tweety bits. So pretty. So how much have you gotten done?
1 row. Because it gave me problems, and I had an odd number of stitches on the first needle, so I forgot that I should start the second needle with purl and not knit.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
So.
How many rows is the pattern? Do you know? It's in your room.
No, it's right there. I just don't want to pick it up.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I can't remember what the hat looks like. How slouchy is it?
It's not that slouchy.
Okay.
But
is it like...
It's not, like, slouchy, but it's, like...
Just a little?
Probably this slouchy.
So, it's not like a beret style. It's slouchy back. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, do you want to say anything else about that?
No.
Okay. Alright, well, you guys, for the first time ever, I was a Nanny Swimmo fail. I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with it, because... Okay, Nanny Swimmo is National Knit a Sweater in a Month. It is a challenge for you to knit a sweater of 50,000 stitches or more in the month of November. When I stopped knitting on the last day of November, I was already at 112,018 stitches. So I had knit more than double what was required for Nanny Swimmo. And when I stopped, I still had... I can't remember if I'd finished the first button band or not. I think I had, and I had like maybe picked up stitches for the second. That might not be right. Anyway, wherever I was. So, okay, let me show you what it is. So this is the Sinister Cardigan. I've modified it by adding angled pockets with inverse kitties. So the kitties up here, it's the inverse colors on the pockets and around the sleeve. The pattern is the Sinister Cardigan by Marna Gilligan on US Choose 2.75 mil needles using Soundview Fiber Mill 100% Shetland fingering in the CC's Pink, Charcoal Black, and Natural colorways. So, Last night I finished the second button band and I picked up the stitches for the second sleeve. So here, and it's already been steeped, obviously, since I've done the button bands. Here is the sweater. It's very hard to hold up. So down here you can see those inverse kitties. And on the first sleeve you can see the inverse kitties as well. So what I have left is just the second sleeve. So I have had a lot of elbow and wrist pain knitting this. I think it's just because I was forcing myself to knit so much every day. I did get, so I've been wearing an elbow brace on my right elbow when I knit, and I had some, they were like, it was essentially like fingerless glove type thing that helps support the wrist, but in wearing it, it was making me have pain in my thumb. So I picked up these adjustable wrist braces that go just around the wrist, and they're Velcro, so they're adjustable, and that is helping some. I've only been able to wear the wrist ones the last couple days, because they only got here on Monday. So, I'm gonna, oops, I'm dropping things. I'm gonna try my hardest to get this second sleeve done before we record again next week. But I'm not gonna push myself if I'm having too much pain, because I'm also knitting something else. So, oh, and I have that in this Elvis from My Favorite Murder tote bag by Alexandra Brott. And as always, everything we talk about is linked in the show notes. But I've started another project because it's Vlogmas time. And I am getting I have a yarn advent calendar. And so, what I am knitting is a cat vent cal. And I know that's not the best picture. Can you see the cats right there? So this is is it 24 or 25 days? I think it's 24 days. Pattern that was released last year. It is also by Marna Gilligan of On Katian Biag, the same designer as my sweater. I'm on US 2.5 3 mil needles, and my yarn calendar is also from On Katian Biag. I got the On Katian Dub 4-ply wool darkness calendar. And it's in my project bag right here from Nerdbird Makery. And so thus far I'm keeping up. And I'll show you the yarn in more detail in Yummies, but I've knit the first 2 days clues. So the first day it was twitching whiskers. So there's these cable. And the second day was this gorgeous lateral braid, which I had never done a lateral braid before, and I fell in love with it. I love how that turned out. And I did a new to me provisional cast on method that our friend Silver Luna, who is a very active participant in our read along and our seasonal alongs, had told me about, where you crochet your provisional yarn directly on the needle, your knitting needle. And that way you're not picking up because traditionally, you crochet a chain and then you pick up the bump on the back and do that. So you crochet your waist yarn right onto the knitting needle, and then you have to knit one round in your regular yarn because that's what you would have used to pick up. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see how it does when I get to the end and remove the provisional cast on so that I can graft. So we shall see. So those are the two things that I am working on. And I hope I'm going to do my best to keep up with the cat vent cowl every day, the clue every day. And I'm going to try my hardest to finish the cardigan by next time we record. I'm still waiting for my buttons to get here from the UK. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to ever wear it buttoned, so it's not a huge deal. And I knew what size the buttons were to help me make the buttonholes. So, Okay, that is everything that's on the needles, so we should move on to the next segment. Nothing to see here, no finished projects this week.
Except for a cat Christmas mug from Target.
And a
Trust Your Wings bird mug that my voice teacher gave me.
beautiful. We are drinking wassail from a recipe from my mama, Dammy's B-Mall, that Dammy made. It's a lovely fruit
Juice cocktail!
fruit juice cocktail that you drink hot.
If I were to put alcohol in it, what kind should I do? Let me know in the comments below. It's orange juice, apple juice, pineapple juice, a bit of lemon juice, and cloves and cinnamon for spice. Let me know what alcohol to put in it below.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole nother can of pineapple juice.
Yeah, we are enjoying this. What I was going to say, there will be at least one FO next week because I will be starting back knitting preemie hats on Sunday, and I'm hoping to do at least 2 on Sunday, just get caught up from not knitting any in November. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. I wanted to say Flossmas. I don't know why. Well, because I'm doing Vlogmas, which is also known as Flossmas in the cross-stitch community. Okay, I did work on one thing this week in my project bag from Tilting Planet. Once I finish my Nanny Swimless sweater, I hope to get back to cross-stitching because I would like to get your birthday cross-stitch finished.
I don't have a birthday, I just appeared one day.
Ha! I have the scars to prove that that is not the truth.
I appeared.
Yeah,
Out of you.
after my body was cut open. I had to have an emergency C-section with Dammy. Okay, that's not what we're here to talk about. This is Baba Black Sheep by the Prairie Schooler. The pattern was a gift from Michelle Bindi Stitchy. I'm stitching it on 18 count Ada that was dyed pink by Erin the 2 Martini Stitcher. Here is a picture of where I was last time I showed this to you. And here is where I'm at now. So the sheep's head is almost finished. I just have a few, like maybe 2 or 3 rows at the top there. I think while I have the black thread out, I'm going to go ahead and do the back stitching and so the letters and the ties on the wool bags. And then I have a gray, a pale gray to fill in all these spots on the sheep. And then I'll be done. Yay. I just dropped my project bag on the floor. We'll pick it up momentarily. Did I say while we were recording that I hope to get back to your birth? Oh, yes, because that never, sorry. I couldn't remember if we had the conversation while we were recording or when we were not recording. Yeah, so that's all I have for this segment, but there is cross-stitch content in the next segment, so stick around. As well as if you're not watching my vlog, because I don't know if they will stick around for announcements at the end, but I am doing a daily Vlogmas / Flossmas over on YouTube, and opening an Advent box, the Black Needle Society, the Nice List box on that every day. So, yeah, you should check it out, but you should stick around because I'm going to show you what I've opened so far in the next segment. So I think that's it. So let's move on to the next one. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things. Things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. First up, as I mentioned on the needles, I am opening the Onkation Biag Advent Calendar. It is the Onkation Dub 4-ply wool in the darkness. You had an option to choose darkness or lightness, and I chose darkness. Although she is doing a little bit lighter color in between in case there's color work. So this was day 1's. Oh, that is showing up so good. It's this gorgeous grays with this kind of rust color. Day 2 is still connected, and it's these tans, and there's pops of this let's see if I can find a spot. There's like this really pale purple and this really, really pale pink in it. And then the color that I just opened this morning and have not yet knit with is this one. It's this burgundy wine and orange, and there's some green. So that is what I am using to knit the cat vent cowl. Here is day 1 and 2 again. Day 1 was the twitching whiskers, and day 2 is the lateral braid, and then day 2 will be used with day 3's color for some color work. Okay, I am also opening, oh, I forgot. We had an extra in the yarn advent calendar today. We got these beautiful star stitch markers. There's 7 of them. I put them on a safety pin so I wouldn't drop them all. So yeah, so there's that. So there are some extras throughout the calendar. And then I'm also opening the Blacklist, the Black Needle Society, the Nice List box. And we got this beautiful, fun scratch-off card where you scratch off every day. They also did a 12-day box that starts on day 13 and runs from the 13th through the 24th, but it's the same stuff that's in the 25-day box. So day number 1 was from JBW Designs, and it is a book of 20 Christmas cross-stitch patterns. My favorite one, Dammy, can you point to the one with the bunnies? Second row middle.
Buns.
That's my favorite one. And I love that they have this grid here that tells you which ornament. So like the bunnies is number 3.
Motif tree.
The motif tree. And then it tells you what page to turn to. And it gives you Weeks Dye Works and the DMC color number to use. So that was day 1. They did a typo on here, but because they were talking about it because I watched their Flossmas this morning. Because the question was, can you stitch all 25 ornaments in this limited edition book before Christmas? There's only 20 ornaments. But still, it was so funny because everybody that I watched open this, because I didn't watch any Vlogmases until after I'd opened mine because I didn't want to be spoiled. But all of us, when we read it off the spoiler card, were like, no, we can't. Thank you for asking. Day 2 was from the Black Needle Society, and it is this beautiful Christmas ornament. I did find out that it is made out of a very, very thin maple wood. But
yummy.
Katie designed it so the star is made out of needles, and the bobbins for the tree, and then it says, "Have yourself a flossy little Christmas."
Now.
And it says, "It's time to decorate the tree. Add this stitchy ornament to yours." Because I open it first and then I do scratch the spoiler card. When I first opened it, I thought it was a, like for a floss drop, like to decorate, which you could do that. But I probably will put this up on our tree. On the
Breakable one.
On the breakable one, because the wood is so thin, I don't want anything to happen.
Pink would see it and then put it in her mouth like a delicious snack.
I'm curious if she chewed on any of the ribbons.
She chewed on one of them yesterday, but I told her to stop.
So my mama and dad, Dammy's Jeepon Bima, sent a box with Christmas presents and Christmas cards in it that came yesterday. And my mom loves to wrap presents and has these beautiful dangling ribbons on them. And yeah. Okay, so day 3 is this. A Stitch a Day Keeps the Crazy Away Stitching Diary. And it's just blank journal pages. I love notebooks that have the elastic strap, and there is a ribbon bookmarker. And, excuse me, I don't think I said, but Katie from the Black Needle Society designed the ornament. And she also designed this graphic for this. It says, keep track of your stitching progress in 2021 with a stitching diary. Which I won't do that because I have another one that I use instead. But I will use this for something. So, and that is what I have opened thus far. And they are also doing a photo challenge. It's not every day, like, I need to post today's, but it was gift 2, gift 3, and candy canes. So I took a picture of the gifts on our Christmas tablecloth because some of the gingerbread men are skiing with candy canes for skis. So they said to do it modify it however you want to. And they will be giving away a $25 gift card to Etsy to one person. So I look forward to opening more of those in the days ahead. And then, I'll just pop this up here, but we got the new Pom Pom Quarterly, and we're going to review that later in the show. And then my friend Yuko of Honeyberry Studios, which if you've been around for any length of time, you know I adore her stuff. There's her business card right there, Honeyberry Studios. Website is honeyberrystudios.com. There's a link in the show notes to that. She posted that she was going to have very limited edition, very limited quantity, not limited edition, limited quantity mystery bags of stuff for sale. And I was able to grab one, and it came very fast because she's over in Seattle. She ships very quickly. So I got a thank you card from her. And then I'm not going to unwrap it, but this is a tea towel that she hand block printed. It's 100% cotton, machine wash cold. It's this beautiful turquoise with Christmas trees. Pine trees on it. So there's that.
Pine tree!
I got some of her cards. Happiness is meditation. And I started meditating again during the pandemic, and I think I'm at 135 consecutive days.
I'll drink to that, bro.
Yeah. Some days it's 1 minute. Some days it's longer, but I have built the habit. I use an app called
Headspace?
Insight Timer.
Ooh.
Oh, hold that thought for a moment. So, as we were a while ago, we're talking about wassail. I was like, let's text our good friend Janine because she knows about alcohol. And she says, based on the description, I would probably start with rum. A spiced rum would likely be tasty. I've heard of versions with alcohol. I'm not sure what they use. So, we could Google it. So, I will respond back to her momentarily. So, I got a couple of her Cat with a Fiddle cards, and all her cards are blank inside, and on the inside, or on the back side, it tells her story, which I love. And then, I had never seen these before, and I've seen, most of her stuff, but it's because these were from 2015, and I didn't know her in 2015. This is a set of 6 watercolor art postcards, so they all have similar look, but they're different colors and a little bit different, each of them. And then I got one of her journals. And finally, I got one of her 8x8. How do you say that?
I couldn't tell you. Giclee? Giclee?
Giclee art prints. It's an 8x8.
It's French.
It's berries. I love berries. Were you in here last night when I showed it to Daddy, and he was like, you just need some honey with that. And at first I was like, huh? But it's Honeyberry Studios. Yeah. So, you should definitely check out her site. She has lots of gorgeous, gorgeous, cards and notepads and, wrapping paper and prints. And I think she sold out of her calendars, for 2021. Yeah, she has gorgeous stuff, and I love her stuff, and I highly recommend it. So, do you have anything for Yummies?
No.
You were supposed to talk longer so I could take a drink.
Oh. I like taking naps.
Yeah. And school is out for the quarter. Mm-hmm. And, yeah. Okay, well then let's talk about hashtag GGKCraftyPad. What is it, Dammy?
It's our daily photo a day challenge. You have a list of photo prompts for each month. You take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we usually pick our favorites from Instagram, but because political stuff is still going on, viewing recent posts in any hashtag is down on Instagram. So we are only able to pick our favorites from us too. So.
Yes. I was looking at what today's prompt was. Okay, so what are we about to show them, Dammy?
2 photos from us that we liked.
Yes, and the December prompt list. So here come the photos. Those were our favorite photos that we each took. I'm not really sure what photo of mine you chose.
It's a surprise.
Is it Nanny Somo sweater?
No.
By chance? Oh, okay, good.
That's what it was for the past several weeks. Because
all I was posting. This is all I was doing was knitting. Okay, so it's never too late to join in. You take a look at the prompt for the day. Today's prompt is star.
Star.
And I just got those gorgeous star stitch markers today. There you go. You interpret the prompt however you want. We're very cheater friendly on that. You post your photo on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we usually can find your photos. Hopefully it will be fixed soon. I'm wondering if they're waiting until the
inauguration.
No, till the electoral votes happen, which is sometime in December.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if that's what they're waiting for, because until the Electoral College votes, it's still just projected. So, and when the hashtag works again, yours might be chosen as one of our favorites and get featured here and on social media from us. So, show notes, etc. Okay, we have lots more stuff to talk about, so we should move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
What are you reading, Dammy?
I read this. And I'm reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
I know you're not reading 15 minutes a day because...
School. I'm tired.
Recovery deal. Yeah, recovery. But what am I referencing when I mention reading 15 minutes a day every day?
October, November, December, RAL.
Read along. Which is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. And you can enter into our seasonal RAL, which then gives you entries into the year-long challenge. And we have the lovely grand prizes, 3 grand prize bundles up on the screen right now. By participating in the seasonal alongs in our Facebook group, you earn entries and you could be one of the 3 grand prize winners. Mm-hmm. We will announce those the first podcast of 2021. Okay, I've been reading a lot, Dammy. I am listening to A Promised Land by Barack Obama, President Obama. I'm just a hair shy of halfway through the book. It is 30 hours long. But President Obama narrates it, which is lovely. Pink was very confused as to why there was a voice coming from my pocket. Because I was playing it a while ago, and I had stuck my phone in my pocket, and Pink was like, where is this man's voice coming from? I'm very confused. It's very, very interesting. I didn't know a lot of his history, because he talks about his growing up years, and, the road that he took into the presidency, and now like what I've been listening to most recently is like the first 100 days of his presidency. So I'm really enjoying it. We missed out on a lot of his presidency because we were in the UK. So it's interesting to hear about these things that we missed some of. I have also started reading for my LGBTQ faith book club, which is for allies as well as people who identify as LGBTQ. And for December, we are reading Outside the Lines, How Embracing Queerness Will Transform Your Faith by, I think it's Mihee. There.
Sure.
Mihee. I think it's Mihee Kim Court, who is a bisexual woman. So, enjoying. I've just started. I've read the foreword, which kind of was tugged at my heartstrings because the foreword was by Rachel Held Evans, who passed away. I think it's been 2 years ago now, at a very young age, very unexpectedly. I've only read the foreword and the introduction, but I'm reading that for the book club. And then fiction-wise, I'm continuing to reread the 5th book in the Harry Potter series, The Order of the Phoenix, along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Twitch and Flick and All Potter podcast. This week's chapter was the first half of Snape's Worst Memory. And this is the chapter where Fred and George set off the firework things inside Hogwarts, and Umbridge is made head of Hogwarts and sets up the is it the Inquisitor squad or something that Draco is like the main head guy on. Trying to think what else happened in the first half of the chapter. Harry starts, he's gone to study with Snape, occlumency, and he witnesses one of Snape's memories that involves his parents, as students at Hogwarts. So, I finished listening to, I'm getting all kinds of texts on my phone now about alcohol. I finished listening to book 5 in the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown. The book was Dark Age. This is a space fantasy dystopia war, etc., series. And I don't know if there's going to be another book. I think that might be the last one, but I'm not 100% sure. I finished reading This Is How You Lose the Time War by, can you help with pronunciation there?
Amal El Mohtar.
And Max Gladstone. When I talked about it last week, I was like, I'm not sure. I didn't rate it very high. It was kind of confusing to me. Yeah. I read When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, and it's about this neighborhood that is going through, I can't think what the term is, where it's traditionally a fairly low socioeconomic gentrification. Okay, so that's going on, but there's some things very sinister as a part of it, and it totally went in a direction I was not expecting at all. But it was very, very interesting to read what really happens in situations like this. So it was very thought-provoking, but it was a fiction book. But I enjoyed that. I read book number 13 in the Cat in the Stack series by Miranda James, Cat Me If You Can. This one actually didn't take place in the town. They went to have a book club week-long retreat, and murders happened.
Nice.
Yes. I read The Future of Another Timeline by Annalee Newitz. Holy crap, this was good. This was like a alternate history book where women were very oppressed, and certain people could move back and forth on the timeline, and they were trying to change things, but there was this other group that kept undermining them and changing things to make it even harder for women. So there's this whole time travel aspect. It was a very thought-provoking book. I read I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. Holy cow, this book like spun me for a loop. I had to go, I'm reading, I'm about halfway through the book, I'm reading, and I'm like, wait, what? Huh? And I had to like go back and reread, and I was still like, wait, what? And it's about a young boy, I think he's 5 years old, who is killed in a hit and run accident. And I don't want to spoil the book, but oh my gosh, it was so good. And this was her first book. I didn't realize that was her first book. I think I've read some other stuff by her. This was her first book, and I was like, holy cow, that this was like out of the park amazing for especially for a first novel. And so now I'm reading actually her second novel called I See You by Claire McIntosh. And it is, I'm about halfway through it, I think. It is set in London. And there's this woman who sees in the classifieds, the ads and such, it purports to be an ad for like an escort service or whatever, but it's her picture. And then another woman who like had her keys stolen on the underground, her picture shows up in this ad, and then somebody else's picture shows up, and that person is murdered. And so like it's we're not sure totally what's happening, and there's this woman who is investigating it, who's on the police force, but she has her own history that's causing problems with her being able to investigate. And so it's really interesting, and I really wanted to stay up super late last night and keep reading, but I fell asleep while I was reading. So okay, that's everything that I'm reading. So let's talk about watching. We watched White Christmas, as is our tradition on Thanksgiving. And I watched, this is a new movie on Hulu called Happiest Season, and it is a lesbian romance, which it's exciting to see some places doing that, because romance is not just between a man and a woman. So it has, what's her name from?
Kristen Stewart.
Yes, from Twilight in it, but my favorite character was portrayed by Dan Levy from SCHITT''S Creek, and I loved his character. He did an amazing job. So we finished rewatching season 6 of Monk, and we're rewatching season 7 now. He bought a house. And sadly, Dr. Kroger died, which the actor that played him, who I cannot think of his real name right now, Stanley something, I think. He died in real life, and they had to write out his character. He died of a heart attack, which was very sad. I have watched random episodes of House Hunters and House Hunters International lately. I'm continuing to watch season 3 of The Handmaid's Tale. I think I only have like 3 episodes left of season 3. So, we're watching NCIS season 18. I can't remember what happened last week. I don't know. But we have not made it back to the present where Gibbs shoots McGee. I'm watching Next season 1, which is a show about an AI who is like trying to take over the world and is killing people off and manipulating people, and it's very creepy. I'm watching season 4 of The Masked Singer. There were 2 people kicked off last week. I couldn't tell you who they were.
Paulinka.
That would be a great name for a dog. Gilmore Girls, just in case you And I have an episode to watch, which I'll watch later today. We're watching season 3 of Star Trek Discovery.
Cat.
Yes, Grudge. And we're watching season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Baby Yoda and Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, I thought, what's her real name?
Rosario Dawson.
Yes, I thought she did an amazing job playing the character. So, and then listening to my favorite murder podcast. It was really interesting today. The story that they did was actually covered on the criminal podcast. I can't remember when, but I remember listening to it there. So I was familiar a little bit with the story, but it took place in Canada, and I want to say like 80s, 90s. And there were some police officers who felt it was appropriate to arrest people that are indigenous, and then drop them off like on the edge of town in the freezing cold, and there was a number of people who died, and it was very sad story about what's happened. And then there's this whole thing where it kept being covered up, and then even after it was like known, somebody within the police department kept deleting the information about it from the Wikipedia page, which is not cool. Random Spotify playlists for me.
Cabin Pressure, random Spotify playlists.
Yeah, did you look at your Spotify thing that they did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did this thing where you can like see like your most listened to stuff and artists and all kinds of stuff. It was kind of interesting. So, okay, that's everything we're reading, watching, listening to. Let's award some prizes.
And now we're going to talk about the September, October, November Artistic Autumnal Owl. Now this ended on the 30th of November, so we're about to award some prizes, but first I'll tell you the people who finished projects in the last days of the owl. They were Alyssa, Andrea, Emily R., Jane S., Lisa S.H., Monique, Reevy, Sarah G., Silver, and Tracy.
Yes, way to go. Congratulations, everybody. Okay. We're going to award the prizes now. I was pleasantly surprised that most of the prize winners that were drawn had filled out our Google form to tell us what crafts they do. So I was able to award prizes that way. Some people didn't. And so if you won, you got what you got because I didn't know. So you can always go fill out our Google form. It's linked in the show notes as well as in our Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And nobody has access to it except for Dammy and I. So it's very secure. Okay, so Dammy, if somebody's a prize winner, all these prizes have to be mailed out. So I need you to email us at
ggkcspodcast@gmail.com
with your full name, mailing address, and if your full name is different than your Facebook name, I need to know that. And if you are a winner, you have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. Okay, do you want me to say the prizes and you say the winners?
Sure.
Okay, so first up we have 2 stitch marker sets made and donated by Julia of Pandia's Jewels. One of them is Labyrinth and one is Frankenstein. Each of the winners will win a random set, and the 2 winners are
number 97, Jane S., and 101, Alyssa L.
The reason I'm having Dammy say the numbers is in case somebody has the same name, they can go back and look and see, because every time you post an FO in the thread, I comment with what entry number it is. So that's just to help clarify that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Next up, the next prize is an orange camper bag by Art by Anna, donated by Rhonda. The winner is
129, Lisa S.H.
The next prize is a Just Cross Stitch Volume 37, number 5. This was from October 2019, and the winner is
140, Silver D.
We're laughing because the initial says the word. Next up, we have a copy of Hildy's Brew, which is a pattern by Bendy Stitchy, donated by Michelle, who's the designer. The winner is
44, Sarah G.
And the final prize is a zipper pouch and mini skeins from Hillary, and the winner is
102, Tracy O.
So Jane S, Alyssa L, Lisa SH, Silver D, Sarah G, and Tracy O. Please email me with your full name, mailing address, and if your Facebook name is different than your real name, I need to know that. And we will get your prizes out to you. We aren't leaving the house very often right now, so it may take a few days for us to get your prize mailed out, but it will be mailed out and we will let you know when it is sent out. Yeah, congratulations to the winners. And thank you to our prize donors. We appreciate you very much. Very much. Sorry. And since this owl is over, we have a new one, so let's move on and talk about it.
And now we're going to talk about our December, January, February.
Walking in a winter wonderland. Do-do-do-do.
Owl. So this runs from the 1st of December through the 28th of February. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to winter. As with all our owls, there are a couple main rules. The first is that no whips are allowed. Your project can't have been begun before the 1st of December, must be finished no later than the 28th of February, and each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. If it's not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single comment and thus a single photo in our Facebook FO thread, and that will count as one entry. You can feel free to polydip in other alongs as long as it fits in with their rules. That's totally fine. Google form.
Yes, please, as I mentioned in the last segment, please complete our Google form and so that we can make sure that if you are a prize winner, it is a prize for a craft that you do. If you don't fill out the Google form and you're a prize winner, you'll get what you get. Because, yeah. The link to the form in our show notes as well as in the Facebook group.
We've got lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. Thank you so much to all our donors. If you're interested in donating a prize for this or future owl, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. You have to be a member of the GGKCS podcast group on Facebook in order to participate. There's a hashtag if you want to post on social media. It's GGKCS Winter 2021. The FO thread is going to be locked for comments the morning of March the 1st, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that. And as always, any winners have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. And there is a chatter thread also in the Facebook group.
And we don't have any FOs yet, but it's only the 3rd of December, so yeah. So work on those projects, get them posted, and you could be a prize winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question?
This week's question is from Anne. It's originally from 2016. It is, I know this is going to be hard to believe, but I know my question will be safe in your hands. I have never ever seen an episode of any Doctor Who. My question, where does one even start? I would like to jump on the TARDIS wagon, but which Doctor Who should I start with?
You want me to answer?
Sure.
Okay. You should start with the 9th Doctor, even though the first few episodes are extremely cheesy. They are. They are the reason that I would not watch Doctor Who for quite a while. Would you like to say something?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my cat.
Mm-hmm. But there's important information from those episodes that you need to understand things later in the series. So yes, start with the 9th Doctor, who is Christopher Eccleston. And then my favorite Doctor, the 10th Doctor, David Tennant after that. And then you have Matt Smith, and then you have Peter Capaldi, and then you have Whittaker. What's her first name? Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. But you also have the War Doctor. John Hurt is in there, and then in this last series...
You're going to confuse this person.
I know. In this last series, there's another Doctor. So, but yeah, start with the 9th Doctor, which is, some people call it New Who, because it is what started after it hadn't been on the air for a while. And what the 8th Doctor was just
a TV movie.
Yeah. And yeah, so, but start with the 9th Doctor, which would have been 2005? 2005. And that's who you should start with. And yeah. I'm very excited for the New Year's special, Revolution of the Daleks, I believe it's what it's called. And Captain Jack is back. Love him. Who's your favorite Doctor?
11th.
And who's your favorite companion?
Donna.
Mine is River Song. Okay, there you go. We give you a little Doctor Who. Thank you for the question. And I get asked on a fairly regular basis this question. So as I was looking through old questions to answer something, I was like, we should just address it on the podcast again because there's always somebody who wants to know. So there you go. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeks thread in our Facebook group and post it, or post in the YouTube comments.
That's right. You can ask us anything. There has not yet, in all the years we've been answering questions, been one we haven't been willing to answer. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we have a review.
This is our quarterly review of Pom Pom Quarterly. This is issue number 35, Winter 2020. And the guest editors are Stephen West and
Ami Gilles.
Yes. And there's so many gorgeous pieces in this. First up, we have Proffer, which is by Alice Catano. And this was the designer wanted perfection balanced with comfort and beauty, with structure and functional elements. It's a seamed and patched construction, and it's marled, and it's gorgeous. So there is the cardigan. There are some more pictures, I know. How do we feel about these secret mini pockets? I'm wondering what you could fit in it, is my only thing.
A mini skein, obviously.
Well, obviously, I should carry a mini skein around with me all the time. This comes in 9 sizes, from a 36 1/4 to 67 3/4 inch bust circumference, or finished chest, fullest point circumference, worn with 2 to 7 inches of positive ease. As always, I love that they put in the model's height, what their chest circumference is, and what size they are wearing. This is done with a fingering 4-ply single, using 4 colors. Done on US 7's 4.5 mil needles, knit with 2 strands held together in different combinations of colors, and then seamed together. Next up is Convoy by Zachary Wilder. This is double knitting. It's a cowl. I have never attempted double knitting. It kind of boggles my mind a little bit. It was inspired from a painting by Maine-based artist Susan Wilder, who is the designer's mother. And it's fully reversible, obviously, because it's double knitting. Let's see here. Here we go. It's in 1 size using sport weight yarn, 2 colors, using a US 6 4 needle. And there's really good descriptions of how to do double knitting in this pattern in case you've never done it before. The chart boggles my mind because it's wow. So next up we have City Lights by Sandra Gutierrez. This is a crochet sweater. It was actually designed in collaboration. Our guest editors came up with the color palette, and Sandra worked on it, and then the Pom Pom Tech editors helped make the construction easy to follow. So it included a lot of people to bring this pattern to fruition. So pretty. It comes in 9 sizes with the finished chest circumference from 30 3/4 to 62 1/4 inches with a 0 to 2 inch positive ease. Done in DK weight yarn. and fingering weight yarn. So, okay, so you need 1 color of DK weight and 5 colors of fingering weight, but it only uses a small amount, like mini skeins would work. Done with a USH 5mm crochet hook. It's crocheted sideways in 4 pieces. Interesting. It's definitely, I love how it looks. I'm not a crocheter, so I can't comment on more than that, but. Then we have Lead Light by...
Lead Light.
Oh, Lead Light.
By Enur Birkin-Baeva.
It is Lead Light. It takes its name from simple windows patched from colored glass and held together with lead. Very pretty hat. I think... Oh, no, there's not more pictures there. Let me see if I can show this without showing the pattern, because they did it in 2 different colorways. It comes in 3 sizes from 18 to 22¼ inch brim circumference. Done in worsted weight yarn. 2 colors. Using US 3 3.25 mil and US 6 4 mil needles. It's worked bottom up. Stranded color work. Rather than being used to work any stitches, yarn color B is woven in between and tacked into place by yarn A stitches. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. I didn't realize that. Very cool. Next up we have...
Chromophore by Tien Q Lam.
So the idea of collaboration was important in this one. The zigzag lines suggest life paths with shorter intersecting lines evoking the people we meet on our way. These encounters help propel us onward and form the arc of our lives. It is a beautiful wrap. Done in a couple different colorways to show us. It comes in 1 size. Done with fingering weight yarn in 4 colors and lace in 1 color. It is knit with US 3's 3.25 mil needles. It's worked flat from end to end. 1 strand of the fingering is held with the lace throughout, with different shades used for each section. So the charts are very clear on it. The diagrams, they're always very, very clear in Pom Pom Quarterly. Then we have Midnight Garden by...
You should be able to do this one, Les Garçons.
It's been a long time since I took French. The
boys. That's what it says. It's a team.
It is. This
Max and Vincent? Yes.
Yes.
It says on the first line.
It's worked in a hybrid of intarsia and stranded color work. Worked in pieces from the bottom up and then seamed with set-in sleeves. Okay, my mind just like I'm just thinking of all.
I think the image comes across better in the watercolor. That's in the pattern.
My mind just is boggled by or not mind boggled, but just all the different color possibilities that you could do with this. This is made in 8 sizes from 35.5 to 63.5 inch finished chest circumference, worn with 2 to 4 inches positive ease. It's done in DK weight yarn in 2 colors and fingering weight to do the embroidery on it. With US 6's 4 mil needles and US 4 3.5 mil needles. And I already talked about the construction. The flower motifs are worked in stranded intarsia color work.
You went past it. No.
That's the diagram.
Yeah, it's watercolor.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Let's see. There we go. Very, very cool. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Next up is my favorite pattern in the issue. Kinship.
This is Kinship by Olga Baraya Kefelian and Stephen West.
Yes. It's a mashup of different slip stitch textures. Made into a semicircular shawl, starting with provisional stitches and I-cord, and then worked from the center out. Yeah, they just talk more about collaboration. Look at that stunning piece. And it comes in 2 sizes. Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so like I said, it comes in 2 sizes. It's, the small size is 60-inch wingspan and 19 inches deep at the center. The larger is 90-inch wingspan and 28.5 inches deep at the center. It's done in fingering weight yarn in 3 colorways on a US 5 3.75 mil needle. I've already talked about the construction, and it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's something that I would love to do. Is that Iskant?
Iskant.
By Bristol Ivy is the next piece. It's an asymmetrical cape. It starts with a standard cocoon shape, then leaves one arm open to grow into a dramatic sweep of fabric that can be worn down the side of the body or pulled up and draped around the shoulder. It's an adventurous but accessible knit. Yeah. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the mix of the variegated yarn with the solid. This comes in 5 sizes from a 30 to 36 inch to 54 to 60 inch chest circumference. It's like 30 to 36 inches size 1, etc., etc. It's done in a DK weight and a lace weight. Worked flat from the bottom up with a provisional cast on, short rows, picking up stitches, and then seam to create the armhole. And it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show them the diagram because I think that helps you see the design of it a little better. Because it can be hard to like imagine what that is. And then this is probably my second favorite pattern, Through the Trees by George Cullen. It's a collaboration with nature. Yeah, he just talks about taking walks and how important that's been, especially through the COVID lockdowns and such. And it's this beautiful cowl. Comes in 1 size, 26.5 inch circumference by 10 inches deep. Done in fingering weight yarn in 2 colors. Done with a US 4 3.5 mil needle, worked in the round, starting with provisional cast on. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it so much. And then this one, I think this is the final.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the final pattern.
This is Fox Thoughts or Kitsune no Omoi by Hiroko Payne.
This is stunning. It is, so the designer actually works for La Bien Ami. It's not hugely difficult, but it requires confidence and concentration, making it a meditative knit that you'll really get lost in. And you can do it either as a cardigan or a pullover. Look at that. I love how the flowers pop in that colorway so much. That color palette, I mean. Absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's steeped. Let's see. Okay, the pullover version comes in 7 sizes from a 36 to 54 inch finished chest circumference, worn with up to 3 inches positive ease. It's done in lace weight. And you need a lot of colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colors. If I counted right. But a lot of them can be mini skeins. And it's done on US 2s 2.75 mil, US 3s 3.25 mil, US 5s 3.75 mil, and US 6s 4 mil needles. Knit from the top down with a circular yoke and minimal finishing. Yarn is held double throughout. It comes with a high crew collar version and a low collar version. So that is the pullover. This boggles my mind. The color key. I mean, I won't show up close, but yeah, look at those color keys. The cardigan version comes in 7 sizes from 37 to 58.25 inch finished chest circumference with 3 inches of positive, up to 3 inches of positive ease. I believe they're probably the same number of colors of a lace weight.
No, 13.
Okay, 13 colors of a lace weight. Same needles. It is steeked. So work top down and steeked just like my Nenny Swimo sweater. So it's beautiful, beautiful. And then we have an interview with Adela Colvin, who is the dyer behind Lolo Bean Yarn Company. And it was very interesting to read her part in what has been, she calls Black Wave, which was when the diversity and inclusion discussions started taking place over Instagram. And then we had Black Wave Part 2 happen this year. So look at just some of her yarns. They're just so beautifully dyed. And then we have the patterns, of course. I don't know if they do this in every issue and I just have missed it, but they talk about substituting yarns. And they have started listing more specific yardage requirements with the patterns to help decide exactly how much of an alternative yarn you would need. Yeah, so that is very helpful. And then back here at the very end, we have, of course, the recipe.
Les scones de l'oisiveté.
By?
Oh, Ami Gilles.
So this is actually the scone recipe that is used at Ami's Knitting Cafe. The ones they serve are plain. They like to serve them with salted butter and jam. But she's also added, she's had much success adding cranberries, chocolate, or even nuts along with the wet ingredients. But the clients prefer hands down to have their scones with salted butter and, I don't know how you say that.
Confiture.
I don't know what that is. Dammy will look it up. Debbie will look it up. And then we have, of course, the people that...
oh, Jam.
Jam, okay. Who were part of... We need sleep. We're tired. Those who were part of making this issue, the yarns that were used, and the end. I didn't ask you as we were going, what were your favorite patterns?
I think it was probably this one, the cowl through the trees.
That one's very pretty. That's the last pattern.
Oh no. Went too far. I think it was this one, Lead Light.
That's very pretty. I wish in some ways that I knew how to crochet, because I really do like the crochet sweater pattern. The City Lights. Of course, I would make it longer, but we know how I feel about crop sweaters on me. They don't look good. So, okay. Well, that is Pom Pom Quarterly. How many stars?
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. I agree. Definitely check it out. And when you get it, the first thing you do is smell the pages because it smells so good. Love it. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Dammy, we made it to the end of a very long show. Thanks for sticking with us through it. Okay, some announcements. Vlogmas/Flossmas is going on over on YouTube. Pink Pearl is being very cute, laying on a pillow and sound asleep.
She looks like a seal.
Okay. Vlogmas, yes, so check it out. It is only on YouTube. I'm not uploading it to Apple Podcasts. So, as well as a part of that, we have random acts of kindness going on over on my Instagram, which is CC_Java Pearl. So that's CC_JAVAPURL. And you can enter to win any one of our single patterns. You can enter every single day. And then the last 3 days of the month, we'll be doing a special ebook giveaway. We also have a sale going on in our Etsy shop, which is javapearl.etsy.com. You can save 20% on all single patterns with a coupon code, all capital letters, Vlogmas 2020. And that'll be going on through the entire month of December. Stay tuned after the credits for the first edition of Christmas Karaoke 2020. We've already recorded it. We recorded it at the beginning. So, a reminder that I have a coupon code for the Black Needle Society, who are the lovely people who did the Advent box that I'm opening. You can use the coupon code JavaPearl5, all capital letters, for a discount on your first box of a box-to-box subscription. The 6 and 12-month boxes already have a discount built in, and it's not valid on special edition boxes. All the details are in the show notes. Do you have any other announcements?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much to everyone who supports this podcast. We are so grateful for each of you, and thank you for your support. If you would like to help support the podcast financially, which is used primarily to pay for shipping of prizes, such as the ones we awarded today, as well as sometimes technology behind the scenes and such, there are 5 ways now that you can do that. First up is Patreon and YouTube join. These are ways that you can support your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks. They are the same rewards and perks both on Patreon as well as YouTube join, so you don't need to do both of them. I will be doing rewards here in the next few days. So, Dammy, if somebody would like to learn more about it or sign up on Patreon, where should they go?
Patreon.com/GGKCS, or there should be a join button under any of our videos on YouTube.
Yes. What's another way, Dammy?
We have a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
We are bookshop.org affiliates. Each week we create a list of the books that we've read that week. And if you purchase them through our shop, we earn a little commission, as well as local independent bookstores earn money. You can visit our shop at bookshop.org/shop/GGKCS. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our website first, click on the appropriate Amazon link in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes. Do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. Dammy, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at ggkcs.com. There are other links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, etc.
And remind them, if they have not joined the Facebook group, what are the 3 questions?
The 3 questions are the name of our cat, Pink, or Pink Pearl, and Cece is the mama. And then scroll down to the bottom of the rules and click I agree.
Yes. And we will get you into the group. Okay, well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely weekend ahead. This is our weekly reminder to you to please wear your masks. Things are not getting better, and we need to make sure we're taking care of each other as well as ourselves. Yeah, you have anything to throw in there? Right, wear your masks. Happy crafting. Happy holidays, and we will see you again next time. Until then. Bye. you know what time it is? It's time for Christmas karaoke. Are you ready? Are you going to sing with us?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's try. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Well, I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Ho, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Yay, Christmas!